Casey Jackson.
I'm Miles Rogers, and this is Show Stories, produced by the Hive Mind Collective.
It's a podcast about all things local music.
Great stories from shows past.
And promoting bands, musicians, artists, and producers that are making music in your community.
And now, here's Show Stories.
What's up? My name's Miles. I'm here with Casey Jackson. What is On Watch?
Oh, this is the program that we're doing we're like all trained on how to spot human trafficking. So it's like this, we teamed up with this company who has like a nonprofit.
If you see human trafficking, stop human trafficking.
Yes.
That's just basically...
You gotta know the signs though.
You gotta know the signs.
We took the On Watch training online. Yes.
Cool.
Well, that's neat. I like that Jeremy's socially aware. Good job, Jeremy.
Yes.
Today is one of two parts of Chris Suitt.
Yeah, I'm talking to one of my oldest friends in the music scene is Chris Suitt. We met when I was 19, I think. And we got a really great interview with him. And
40 minutes went by, and then we took a break, and then 40 more minutes went by, and we didn't even get everywhere, so we'll probably have him back. So here's the first part of it. I hope you guys enjoy.
Without further ado, here's Chris.
Does it sound? You like that? It was a weird idea I had one time. I was like, man, I like these bottles. I want to keep these bottles. Yeah. Is that too loud for you or anything?
No, I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah, this sounds good.
You got to get like right up into it so it can get your life.
Check.
Hello. So I feel weird. We should have the like music rolling. Like,
the intro music.
What's up? My name's Miles. Casey.
What's up, guys?
And I'm Chris.
Chris, motherfucking
Chris
Suitt. Local legend, right?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, I do.
Well, to us, you're a local legend, all right?
I'm just happy to be here, guys. Happy to hang.
Yeah,
happy to talk about music and things we love, you know.
Salt Lake music, man. Salt Lake music's cool.
Absolutely.
So, when'd you start? How long you been playing?
Oh, geez, man. I can write a whole novel on that, but I actually didn't even start playing drums until about 9th grade.
9th grade?
Yeah, 9th, 10th grade-ish. What's crazy is another local awesome drummer, Brian Fell. Me and him, like I used to watch him in our percussion class, and he used to play Metallica songs. And I was just like, holy shit, can I swear on this?
Yeah, you swear on your
I was like, holy shit.
NSFW, baby.
Yeah, but Brian, you know, it was me and him that kind of started in percussion class, and then, you know, it's always ran in the family though. Music's always been like my life, and you know, my dad's a musician as well. He's a drummer from Chile.
Oh, so, cool.
Yeah, he came to the States and had like a really successful cover band, and you know, I just, you know, watched him a lot when I was younger. And then we got into Metallica and Dream Theater and stuff like that.
Metallica and Dream Theater.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
So, but yeah.
I have kind of a name to drop for you that my wife actually reminded me of. Sforzando.
Oh my God, yeah.
Was the band that she remembers you being in high school?
Yeah,
at Cypress?
yeah.
Sforzando.
This is when I met the wonderful Billy Johnson. So I don't know if you guys remember Billy Johnson.
Of course.
But yeah.
Everyone
man,
he's in my band.
He's one of my favorite humans on this earth. So I mean, we would slough classes just to go play in his basement, and you know, we'd have a bunch of homies come with us too, and.
Those were like the best times. Some of the best jams were like, it was like right out of school, just like setting up in the basement.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, Billy, and it was just me and Billy, really. Just Sforzando. That was like our high school thing, and we actually did like a Battle of the Bands thing. And we had Mike Deppner in on this.
Mikey D.
Yeah, we had Mikey D in on this, and then John Finnegan too.
Oh my God, royalty, dude.
Right.
That's like a Salt Lake royalty band.
We lost to Matty Paria's band, Somewhat Gone.
Somewhat Gone, yeah, baby.
They beat us with their Underwear song.
Oh my God, dude, that's nuts.
But no, it's we were aggressive. I mean, we were probably a little too much for high school teacher.
It's like that scene in Back to the Future where he's like, your kids are really gonna dig that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably a little too soon for you, but
Yeah.
But your kids are really gonna dig it.
Yeah, but no, it was good times, man. That was my first real high school thing with Billy. Before that, it was a band because I actually transferred to Cypress from Kearns. But I guess my first real band would have been Rude Awakening in Kearns. So
wow.
yeah,
Rude Awakening. I like that.
Yeah. So
I mean, for a kid band.
Yeah,
my first was Dead End Drive.
Yeah.
We got it off of 13 Dead End Drive, that video, or that board game back in the day.
Yeah, I mean the first band names. What was yours, Casey?
End of story. Well,
Oh,
that
okay.
was my first, but
Yours
that
better
was,
than
that
ours.
was the first one that I
See, end of story. Like I'd still use that. Like,
That's
yeah,
exactly
it's
what I
cool.
would
Pop
too.
punk, dude. End of story.
Exactly.
All about it.
Speaking of
Right.
that band, where I actually first met Chris was an End of Story show, and his band at the time, Tucked in Fate.
Oh my God, I
he was playing-
completely forgot
Tucked
about
in
it.
playing,
Fate?
He was playing guitar, and I believe Nate Shakespeare was
Yes.
playing bass.
Yep.
And
Or-
Billy's cousin, Cody
Yeah.
Johnson,
Yep.
a.k.a. Chode, was
Chode.
playing drums.
Yep. Old Chode. Those
And,
were good times too.
We
But
played
yeah.
a backyard show at my girlfriend at the time. It was her birthday. And we
Yeah,
played
that's
a
right.
backyard show. And like my bass player had somehow gotten, I can't remember the band name for the life of me, but he somehow got in touch with this touring band.
Half the Battle.
Half the Battle.
That's who it
dude.
was.
Half the battle.
They were so good too.
Yeah, and they came and they totally played the backyard show with
And
us. It was so cool.
It was amazing. Yeah. God.
That was a
I
cool
missed
show.
I missed that, you know. I missed
So much.
that part of our scene too. I remember you and Take the Fall too.
Of course, baby.
Oh my
All
God.
day.
Good times though.
The late Austin right behind you. Turn around. There's a picture of Austin right behind
rip.
you. And then
Love him.
up here. Yeah.
Yes.
Good man.
Love that guy.
Those were good days, man. One for me, Lost in the Fire, bro. That was one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, we're probably jumping a little far ahead. Let's keep on the path. So,
Okay.
So high school, what band was?
Yeah,
that was the Sforzando.
Yeah, Sforzando was the high school thing for
Post-high
a minute,
school.
and then Billy, he had the opportunity at the time to whoop ass with Hurricane Dane.
All day.
Yeah, so
Herc.
it was like right when I think they were transitioning from Life Over Law to Hurricane Dane. And
I remember that first show. They had this
Yes.
weird sign, like that they hung up,
Right.
and we were all like, "What the fuck is Hurricane Dane?"
Right.
And I had never I had heard Life Over Law, but I mean, I don't remember them kicking that hard, bro.
Yeah,
So like literally like Herc comes out, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this Drew guy, bro?
Yeah.
Like what the
Yeah,
fuck? How
Drew.
come he owns the room?"
Drew is he's incredible. He's always been a good front man, and it's just always fun watching them.
Incredible.
live, too. Yeah, but
Salt Lake royalty, man.
But yeah,
kills it.
So yeah, Sforzando was the high school thing, and then I actually joined like kind of a pop punk band after that called Fiasco.
Fiasco.
Yeah.
Sick.
So
sounds so
PH.
good.
yeah, we played a few shows with
No.
like Corner Pocket.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just a pop punk band too, and then I think during that time too, we actually played just mostly at like Cypress High and a couple house shows and stuff like that too. So that was the first real band that we actually played around and stuff. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Still basement practice spaces.
Yep.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Basement. I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty much that until the parents booted us out after high school.
Pretty
really.
much, yeah. I mean, up until Lost in the Fire. Lost in the Fire was the first real.
So that was okay.
Yeah,
So we were
but-
getting ready to be on track there. So Lost in the Fire.
It's crazy, but I actually have to go back a little bit because I'm such a band whore. I've been around, but I was actually in Hi-Fi Massacre for a minute.
Oh no, you
Yeah.
were for real
I
with
was,
Corey.
Yeah, with Corey.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Not
And-
Hi-Fi Murders.
No.
Yeah.
Hi-Fi
Ma-
Massacre.
yeah,
This
so-
is a band from forever. I still have their fucking full length.
Yeah.
Are you?
it's
Do you play
incredible.
on that?
No, I didn't
Okay.
actually. Yeah, I joined the band after the recording they did with I think it was Sound versus Silence
Yeah.
or some
Yeah.
compilation, but that's actually where I met the guitar player for Lost in the Fire. So we were writing stuff, and the stuff that we were writing was not fitting like what Hi-Fi wanted to do.
Okay.
'Cause they were more mathy, more
definitely.
more intelligent than what we could do.
Corey was always about
Yeah,
that
they're
metal, bro.
awesome. Yeah, they're awesome
Super
too, and it was
smart.
good. But Corey just, he told us, hey, can you guys stop making it sound too Pantera-ish? So we're just like, all right, well, this, and it's nothing.
Sounds a
against
little
him, but-
radio rocky.
Right, yeah.
No, of course. I mean, it's not a
yeah,
strike
it just-
against him, and that's just his
Exactly.
His
Yeah,
personal,
it just it was that was his baby, and we just wanted to do something else. I'm about good riffs, and just I wanted to keep it catchy, and
For
I'm
sure.
honestly just not that intelligent for that kind of
Oh,
music.
whatever.
But it was fun though. It was really fun. It was a good experience too, and I learned a lot, especially being in that band.
Cool.
So yeah.
Cool. So Hi-Fi Massacre.
Yep.
That's crazy, man. We've talked about that band more recently because there's another band currently we've played that our last band played shows with called the Hi-Fi Murders.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I think they're both referring. Well, so no, Hi-Fi Massacre is referring to that shop murder
Yes,
that
yep.
was in North. So like the
Right.
Hi-Fi Murders got accused of that, and they like called into the radio,
Right,
and they were
yep.
like, "No, dude, we're totally like, we were thinking like Deftone or
Yeah.
not Deftones, like Death by Stereo." That,
Right,
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
like
Yep.
that's the idea we were going with. You know
Because
what I mean?
they're super punk rock. Like they're like East Coast punk rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
They're good.
Salt Lake.
For sure. East Coast and Salt Lake. So, Hi-Fi Massacre, then what? Band tour. I mean, I love talking to band tours because then you got stuff to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, even between these bands too. I mean, I was helping out local bands like Chris Valentine. They were a band with Andrew Baez at the time too, and Andrew Allred.
What band was that?
It was a band called Chris Valentine. It
Oh,
was
okay.
like their high school thing too.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, just and Whitney Fox played bass.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So,
Whitney Fox. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. TJ's little sister.
Yeah, I
and
haven't heard that name for a minute.
It was fun. It was a good time. But yeah, I've just, it's hard because it's hard to stick with one thing. You know what I mean? Like
Well, I mean,
I love helping out my homies, and I just love creating like every style that I can.
For sure. And I mean,
yeah.
that's a valuable drummer thing. And so
Right.
many Salt Lake drummers are like that. You know what I mean? Drummers
Yeah.
that just
Really.
play for. I mean, Taylor. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Taylor is
Taylor and
a
Chris
machine,
Suitt
dude.
are the two that
Oh, man.
kill it.
I don't know, man. There's Goose.
Well, no, I mean
Yeah.
they've left the valley. Obviously,
Right,
Goose.
right,
I mean, I don't need to-
Taylor is a machine, man.
Taylor
I
is a
love that
machine.
guy, and everything he's done, I've been a huge fan of too. Paris Green, I Am the Ocean, all those bands. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a Paris Green poster right behind you, right there, bro.
The episode
Love it.
before this one, like we talked to Taylor,
Okay.
and yeah, we really good conversation with that kid.
Yeah, it was really good, and we're gonna we found that like he would like, yeah, and that's about it, and then like we come up with a new story, and he's like, oh, and he'd launch into this. So I feel like we need to get him again while we have somebody.
Yeah, he
that's
probably
like-
has tons of stories too. He's
Him
been
and
through a lot,
Jeremy.
and he's very seasoned for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yep.
but
So yeah, let's name some of these bands though that your friends that you were helping out. So Chris Valentine.
Yeah, I mean,
what else?
So that was during that time, and then Lost in the Fire became like the main baby during that time too, and that was like my jump into the metal world. Really, it's like sort of thrash metal, and that's again going back. That's where I met the guitar player for Lost in the Fire was through Hi-Fi Massacre.
Oh, okay.
So, and yeah, we just loved metal and thrash, and we started Lost in the Fire, and that was back when like Clifton was banging too, and
banging,
Yep.
dude. That record,
so
dude.
we played a lot of shows together and stuff, but yeah, that was a great time.
Who was the singer Lost in the Fire?
There was two, so
Okay.
Josh Coy, unfortunately he passed away too, rip for him too, but and then Aaron Maestas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Aaron Maestas came in after that. So,
Okay.
but Aaron, he used to sing for a band called Butcher too, and it was just like thrash too.
Oh, cool.
So yeah,
So many bands in Salt Lake, man. Just
Yeah, there's
literally
this-
oh yeah, do you
especially
remember this
that.
one band? And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my god,
there's
I
so
do
many.
remember.
Yeah, and I'm probably still forgetting some and not naming some either, but
It's funny because
It's fun, though.
a lot of the bands, are connected, but then like every band branches off into their own other
Yes,
bands that they know.
exactly.
And, like, it's so crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
Totally.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
totally.
I remember, like, you know, even the pop punk days too with Corner Pocket. Like, I helped them out too, and I remember watching, you know, Casey's band too. So
Corner Pocket, baby. Yeah,
they were so fun.
The Magna
too.
3-piece, baby.
Yep.
Literally, man.
Dan Brower is the one that introduced me to downtown music.
Really?
They had a room down
Yeah.
there. and I
What
would
was
go hang
that?
out.
What was that venue out there called?
The zip code?
Yes,
Oh my
the
gosh.
zip code.
Yes,
Fuck yeah,
Zip
Code.
fuck yeah, the zip code. I remember they had like billiards tables in there and shit,
That
which was
was-
funny because Corner Pocket played there all the
Yeah,
time.
and Tucked in Fate played there once, I
Really?
think. Yeah, with Nate and John.
When I was in
John
a band-
Tate, John Tate on bass and Chode on drums.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
When I was in a band with Chad Pinkney, we played a show there. Chad Pinkney and like Tate McCallum Law, and
what band was that?
we were called the Ithaca Melody.
You were in that band?
Yeah.
I remember that band.
That's
Holy
crazy.
cow.
Well, so the Ithaca Melody ended up being like me, Cody, and Chad. Do you remember Cody
Okay,
Jones?
yeah.
So me, Cody, and Chad were jamming with this girl named Laura,
Okay.
and like we were just jamming in Chad's basement. I'm like 16 at this time.
Yeah.
Didn't even have like a name. I had like a little crate, 12 inch.
All of our crates
yeah.
at the time.
No, literally, dude. All of our little shitty
Crate
crates.
combo,
The crate 12,
Dude,
400 watt.
They got the job done, though.
For real. But but that was the best thing is when I got my first 15-inch big crate.
Yeah.
The house shook and like my insides were just like, oh
Right.
yes, this is the best. So anyway, me, Cody, Chad, Laura, we're in this basement, and this like Laura's pretty good at the guitar, but we're like, we need Hans Shen, dude. Hans shreds on the guitar.
Yeah,
Let's get Hans.
absolutely.
So we kicked Laura out. We had Hans come, and then we like were trying to name the band. Walked around a toy store, like Toys R Us back when they had those, and like Dead End Drive. That's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
like so we like did like some like 6-song whatever. But like it's funny like the four of us like ended up doing so much more in Salt Lake
Yeah,
music. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely. Yeah, which is cool, yeah.
Chad always like was the singer of a new band.
Yeah.
Camden, Have
Yeah.
the Girl Killed.
That's
like,
right, yeah.
All those bands.
Is he still doing anything at all?
So
Or-
he's in LA. He just got married to Neely finally.
Oh, that's awesome.
He did a thing, Chad. If you ever listen to this, I'm gonna say it wrong. He like designed like a poster or like a concept scheme for like a Coen Brothers movie.
Oh, dang.
Like it
He's
was
doing some
like
big shit.
It was some big shit, bro. Like
Wow.
he posted that, and I was like, "What?" He's like snapped a photo, like that's my billboard, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You're in fucking LA, bro, and that's your billboard. That's sick."
Holy shit. It's the funnest thing too. That's one of my favorite things. As I get older, it's really just awesome seeing the friends that you've grown up with
Do awesome
doing
things.
really, really big shit.
Fuck,
you know?
dude, Goose plays for every
I
time
know,
I die.
dude, Goose is
what the
killing it,
fuck
man.
is happening, bro?
Yeah, that's like-
my favorite band of all time.
Yeah, and I remember Goose, like, you know, back in Life Over Law or Hurricane Dame practices, because Sforzondo used to practice there. We used to always jam every time I
Yeah.
die. And now he's just, I mean, not even that, like Norma Jean, too, at the
Yeah,
time,
no,
too.
totally.
You know?
And-
those are the
and he
bands we
did
were
that
just like,
first.
holy shit, you know?
And got John into that. Now John's forever member of that band.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so we got off track, but yeah. So Cody, Dead End Drive.
Right.
Then I was way into my girlfriend being 16, so I got kicked out of that band.
Oh,
And
okay.
then they had some douchebag play bass. I don't remember what his name. No, it's Andrew Adams. I love you, Andrew Adams. He's a good man. He played bass for a little bit, and then they kicked him out. And they're like, they're like, we want you to come back. We're gonna rename the band. And then like we're like looking at maps and shit,
Yeah.
and the Ithaca Melody happened.
It's still a sick name, honestly.
It's just a mouthful. The Ithaca, that Ithaca. You can't. If it was just Ithaca Melody, that's one thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, those were good days, man. But yeah, so Ithaca Melody played there, and then I got into a band with Tate
Right.
Albany. It was a indie band. Those are crazy days, man.
Definitely.
So then, Lost in the Fire was your thing. You guys were. We played a show with you, Take the Fall, right? Did you guys play
Yeah,
shows? I mean, they
I
did
think we
those mix
did.
and genre shows,
Yeah,
like they have for a
I-
long time.
First off, I really miss those kind of shows where,
Fuck yeah.
you know, Take the Fall I used to play with Clifton or,
Yep.
you know, I remember just...
Well, Take the Fall could hang with
Yeah,
everybody, you know what I mean? Because
absolutely,
Austin could
yeah.
drink with all those motherfuckers.
And then just remembering watching Day 2 all the time, too. Day 2.
Day 2,
and then
for sure.
remembering, like, the first time I saw Gaza even. Holy shit, man. John was
Hey,
like
Gaza,
so
bro. Gaza
frightening.
was so good.
It's frightening in like the best way.
For
like,
sure.
There was no band
Well, it was
like
that-
that. I was
yeah,
just like,
dude.
holy shit, there's another thing going on right now.
For
but
sure.
no, I mean, I miss those kind of shows where we used to mix the genres quite a
Hard.
bit. You know, we should bring it back.
Bro,
we should try
all
that.
day, all day. I mean, we're in a
Love
pop
that.
punk band, so
Right. I
we
love
just
it.
we just need a drummer.
Drummer, huh?
Yeah, let's talk about that after this.
Okay.
But, Justin Trotta was in Lost in the Fire. I was gonna
Yeah,
mention that. I love Justin Trotta. Justin
yeah.
Trotta went and did other big things
He
away
did,
from
yeah.
Salt Lake.
Yeah, after Lost in the Fire, I mean, I know that he did a lot of teching and he was doing stuff with Day 2, I think, for a minute with Nick. I don't know exactly if he was in the band though, but then like the last thing I've heard from him, I still talk to him every blue moon, but I know he's teching for like of Mice and Men and
Is
a
he
few
still?
Yeah, I don't know though.
So that's the thing.
It's been a
So
minute.
my last interaction with him was in Iowa City, Iowa.
Okay.
Fucking he. I was in Vampires Everywhere. He
Right.
was teching for Of Mice and Men, and we were crossing paths.
Right.
So
Okay.
we were just there killing a day because we had a short drive the next day.
Right.
They, I think they had like a show in Iowa City that night. So he's just like, "What are you guys doing?" I saw that you were in fucking Iowa City. We are too. And I'm like, "We're just at this mall. Like my vampire dudes are ice skating because vampires ice skate apparently in
That's
Iowa
sick.
City." So like,
That's awesome.
we had a Canadian drummer, so he was just like, "There's an ice rink here."
Nice.
And then like our singer, who is like our fearless leader, the Nazi, he was like a hardcore hockey boy. So he's just skating all, and everybody's just skating. I'm just like, yeah, for sure. So Trotta rolls up, and then like all the Of Mice and Men dudes roll up, and we're just like, what's up? And it was one of their birthdays. We ended up going to dinner with them later that night because they had my band had like Warped Tour connections with them. So super fun. Like it was a good time. Good to see him, and it was crazy because it felt like it had been a long time since he had been doing that job, and he was still doing it. And now you're telling me, I mean, it's been 6 years since that happened, and he's probably still doing it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, it's a good gig. You know what I mean?
The last time I saw Justin was at NAMM, and that was I think 2 years ago. But it was like a real brief hi and bye kind of thing because I think he was hanging out with his mom at the time.
Oh wow.
Just chilling.
Cool.
You know? We're all just nerding out on the new gear for the year.
For
So,
sure. Yeah. For sure that happened.
Yeah, man. Again, going back to that, like just friends doing cool shit now. It's amazing.
It's
you know?
amazing.
So
for sure. Well, fuck. Look at Jeremy's company, dude. Casey works
Oh my
for.
god, dude. Yeah.
Casey works for that company, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah. Huge.
Oh yeah, shit. You're all
Changed
covered
from
in
work.
Huge Brands gear.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, buy
It's-
Huge Brands, by the way.
Dude, the thing about that too, though, is like it doesn't even surprise me with him.
Well,
like
of course
it really
not.
doesn't.
Of course
like,
not. I mean, it just look at what he did with Ocean and
Oh
what
my
he
God,
turned
dude.
Ocean
Like, that
into,
dude-
and then just directed at a money making business.
He just,
you know what I mean? Like
he knows business. He just always had that will too. Like
Yep.
he always whatever he focused on, he just made shit happen
For
all
sure.
the time. So
But let's talk more about Chris Suitt. So
I'm
so
cool
what,
to talk about our friends.
Well, for sure,
too. It's all good.
it's all good. It's good to talk about our friends for sure. But all of a sudden, I'm like, God, this is about
gonna be
Chris.
great to
We're gonna
have-
talk
No, it's
about
all good.
Jeremy for sure. So, Lost in the Fire died.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Let's see. So so what happened was, like, to be honest, I don't know exactly everything on why it just kind of disappeared, but we're still all on good terms and everything.
For sure.
We did the Exigent records for a little bit. Our first record was on that. And yeah, we just played a ton of shows here when we got to play with like some of our favorite bands too. And
Cool.
back in the day it was like Haste the Day and
For sure.
Still Remains and a lot of those kind of bands too. But S.L.C dying, we wished we would have played with them at the time,
I was
but
gonna
we never
ask,
got to.
did you get to play with?
Yeah, but yeah, so it was just a good experience. I learned a lot of different things with that band too. That's when it was introducing me to double pedal and everything
Cool.
like that as a drummer. And then after Lost in the Fire, I went to Separation of Self.
Separation.
So, yeah, and that's I remember the first time I saw Separation was actually in our buddy Christian Alt's basement, and this was back when Sergio played drums for them. So,
Oh, nice.
But yeah, Cagel, me and Cagel became friends, and he approached me with like, hey, like we're looking for a drummer kind of thing, and it just became the right time. I wasn't doing much of anything, during that time frame, and I went and tried out, and my first show with them was before I was even 21 at Club Vegas.
Sick.
And we opened up for Machine Head.
Nice.
So,
is that one of the they sneak you in like just for your set or whatever?
No, I actually got to chill.
Oh, sick.
I got lucky.
Back in the day, there was some of the bars were hardcore about it. Like I remember, like I played at Todd's Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
I used to get drunk as shit for a while, and then like I guess they got busted probably serving an underage.
Probably, yeah.
So then like we had this show booked, and like they're like we would like sell that place out. We'd get so many homies drunk there. So like they're like, we don't want to cancel your show, but your bass player just has to basically come in and play and then leave. Like
I do remember
they'd
that
escort you to the stage
a few times
play
happening at Club Vegas with like some other bands, but for some reason, I lucked out. I actually got to chill
and Drown Out the Stars.
Oh yeah.
He had to, for the first 2 years, he had to like hang out in the green room, and like we would bring him beers and alcohol and all that stuff. And, but he couldn't go out and hang out until he was 21.
Oh man.
And like, Dusty was cool about him playing and like never really gave a shit, but I guess
they probably just started cracking down on that a little bit. Yeah.
Because they would get like they would get undercover.
Oh, for
they
sure.
would, for sure. Yeah.
There's even now, dude. In every bar, there's that shit's happening.
Right.
And it's crazy, like the whole separation of self thing, because I saw that band at its fruition, like how it began. Yeah, because I was working at Musician's Friend with Sergio and Steve.
Okay.
And they're the ones that started that band.
Right.
And I remember them talking about.
Oh wow, it was Steve and Sergio, really?
Yeah,
it wasn't
Steve
Doug. See, I didn't even know that, and I was in the band.
Steve knew Doug. And so it was like an automatic thing. If we're going to start a band, we're going to get Doug in.
Okay.
And
which makes sense.
Him and Steve.
He's a riff master for sure.
They might already
riff master.
Oh yeah.
And then they got together and started jamming. And then I remember when they were talking about trying out Cajal. And because Serge knew Cajal from Twinge back in the day.
Right. Yep.
I saw several shows of early lineups of even way before you. We went from Serge to
this is BJ, I think.
BJ.
Yeah,
for
BJ.
A long time.
Yeah, great drummer too. He was awesome.
Like, maybe like a year or two. I can't remember exactly how long. We were getting really drunk back then. But, I remember I think I was over there one of the first nights that you jammed with them.
Really?
Yeah, and it was like hanging out just with a bunch of other kids that were hanging out, and I was doing shrooms hard. And you guys were jamming, and I think you had jammed a couple times before, so you had a couple songs pretty tight. And dude, I just remember tripping out hard at the fact that, dude, my friend Chris Sweet's gonna play for Separation of Self. This is gonna be badass. Dude.
My friend Chris. That's funny.
Yeah, I actually felt pretty like proud for that, because that was a band like locally here. I mean, that was even for Club Vegas days too. They were like, it was like, holy shit, these guys are
themselves.
Yeah, they did really good, and that's kind of why I tried to do the best I could and jump on that. That was, and that band. I mean,
you took it to another level, dude. There's no
I
question
appreciate
about
that, man. I tried.
No
But yeah, I mean, that I owe a lot to that band, because especially Doug. Me and him. Even Steve too. But yeah, like there was just something with me and Doug's chemistry too, where he really trained me to do like the Meshuggah type stuff and the rhythm stuff. So yeah, I developed a lot, especially from that band, for sure. So. Lots of cool shows. We got to do one awesome tour together. It was the Project Independent tour. We did like some weird regional competition or something, and we won it. And we got to tour the country for like 40 days.
What?
So yeah,
that's
really
crazy.
Cool. It was awesome too. I mean, it's kind of a shame that they're not doing anything, but they were really taking bands like through an actual experience, like touring experience, and like they actually got endorsements and everything.
Dude,
too.
40 shows that's a run, bro.
Yeah,
40
it was like
a run.
a 45-day tour, I think, and we played
5 days off.
Yeah, really.
Fuck me.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy, but
that's insane. 5 days off in 40. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Some of the best times ever, though. We got to do really cool things, and I'm sure, like as you being a touring musician, have you toured, Casey, at all? Or no? With Lost in the Fire, we got to do a couple like out of town shows, but Separation was the first real touring experience I had, so that was really developed me for the road.
It's cool,
there's lots of positives, lots of negatives. You just learn a lot about yourself and what you really want and how you're going to pursue this. And,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
I'm very grateful for that. So,
yeah, totally.
Definitely.
I mean, that's where I'm at this point. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man, I wish I could still do that cool shit, but it's like, we can't. So I'm lucky we have it.
Yeah,
you know?
I've it's the touring world to me, man. It's such a different thing, you know. Like it's for some people, and it's some people it just doesn't vibe with them, and totally makes sense. But that's really what, in my opinion, what makes or breaks a band.
For
Thrills.
sure, absolutely.
You know, it's really you're willing to, like sacrifice sleeping in the van, depending on what you're eating, depending on your opportunities.
See, those are some of the most fun nights, bro. I tell you right now.
It's very true, though.
Me and Lauren we used to talk about it. Like me and Austin used to talk about it. Like Walmart.
Yep.
Like 1:30, like you just go in and get a couple snacks.
Yep.
Pile into the back of the van and you get a laptop set up. You guys watch a fucking funny ass movie.
Yep.
Smoke a little bowl in the van. Like
it's
dude,
a good time.
It's
you need to do it at least once in your
real,
life.
man.
Well,
You do.
Once we get
go on a little
established, I want to do at least some like weekends.
Oh, yeah.
For sure,
shit
man.
Like
Yeah.
that. You know,
It's the thing is, like, it's weird because like for me, for example, there's things while I'm on the road that I'm like, ugh, like, should I be doing this? Or like I've gotten to that point, where it's like, do I want to do this? And then every time I come home and then I'm back to normal reality, I'm like, fuck, I miss it.
Bro,
You know what I mean?
I literally would cry a lot. Like, I mean, the DIY tour is not as much. You'd come home and you're like, fucking salvation, dude, money and
Right.
food and
Yes,
shit.
yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean? But like the bigger tours, man, I'd cry like the last days of tour,
Yeah,
man. I'm a really emotional kid, person.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I would, you just did like the coolest thing that you'll probably ever do,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Like
Well,
I met Vinnie Paul in fucking Texas.
Oh
and he
my
took us
God,
to
I'm
his,
so jealous.
Yeah,
dude.
and he
Oh
took
my
us to his
gosh.
fucking strip club, bought us drinks, and bought us
Wow.
lap dances all night.
Oh my God.
It was sick, man. It was a fun fucking, like, you just, right place, right time. Cool. I fucking met Vinnie Paul that day because I was in the right place, right time.
So sick. Yeah, that's with music. I mean, especially touring. I mean, there's things that you take back home that you don't realize was an opportunity
100%.
sometimes, or you're just like having this experience in the moment and then you don't realize it till later. Like, wow, that actually affected me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, man.
So Separation Yourself got to do that sick tour.
Yes, we got to do that tour. It was a really good experience, first road experience, and then after that we did another record, and then I ended up leaving the band actually, and then things happen sometimes in bands.
Bro.
It's whatever it is, but
Bro, literally, if you're
Yeah.
listening to this, you give a fuck about being in bands or people who have been in bands, you understand
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Like,
okay,
it's just
yeah. We
bands
just
don't have problems.
Right?
Bands don't have problems. What are you guys talking about?
Bands are just so fucking dramatic. we're the most dramatic people ever. But anyways,
real.
So I mean, some of us, me and Cajal, we kind of went a different approach, and it was after Separation, we started this thing called Alias Code for a minute, and this is when we had Wes from Drown of the Stars, and that was my real introduction.
I didn't know you guys played together. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Wes, we played together for a few years. It was Alias Code first, and then we got to do like some cool local openers. We opened up for like Kill Switch Engage's Sideman, Times of Grace, and a few other pretty awesome bands too. And then Cajal ended up leaving Alias Code, and then we got Spencer, and that was Stranger Beside Me. So,
Okay.
and Stranger Beside Me.
So that's what I was wondering. So Alias Code turned into Stranger Beside Me.
Yes,
is what you're saying.
yep.
So was Squatteri in Alias Code then?
Yes, yeah, Anthony,
my
yeah,
boy.
yeah, Anthony, man, I miss that guy.
So November 10th, I stayed at his house.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Stayed with
man.
him
How's
for a
he
couple
doing?
days. He's amazing, dude. He's
Good.
amazing as always. He's just doing his thing down in
Yeah.
Vegas. I actually we play Modern Warfare together sometimes.
Oh, sick.
So we get to
Awesome.
talk to each other. But
That's
yeah,
amazing.
He's-
Yeah, I miss that kid.
I didn't know
miss
he
that
was in
guy.
Alias Code. That's cool to know.
Yeah,
So
well,
then
he wasn't in Alias Code, but he did come in during Stranger.
so I know he was in Stranger.
Yeah, because like what happened?
But he wasn't in
What
Alias
happened was
Code.
in Alias Code when we formed into Stranger. Our original bass player Brian, he actually switched to guitar, and then we had a really awesome shredder, Joey Taylor. We miss him a lot too, but he actually left the band.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so Brian went to guitar.
Okay.
And then that's when Anthony stepped in.
Cool.
Then this
That's
was
like
after
what
his
happened with me
his
taking
chapter with Becoming Everest at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
I was gonna actually ask about that band because
Yeah.
I knew you had a tie to that band. But
Yeah, Becoming Everest. I mean, that was Pablo's gig
Yeah,
before
for
Chelsea
sure.
Grin, and oh man, this is bringing back so many memories. Holy cow! Garrett was the singer for that band too, and that's where Spieve comes
Yeah.
from. Spieve is now in Chelsea Grin.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But I remember like, just the whole Becoming Everest thing when Anthony joined our band, and then Pablo when he's another, amazing musician from here. As you guys know, he does everything amazing. But I was actually one of the people to convince him to try for Chelsea Green.
Nice.
He's like, I think I want to try it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, do it. Because during that time with Stranger too, I actually filled in for Chelsea Green too.
Cool.
So I did a tour with them.
How long of a tour?
It was only, I want to say it was 3 weeks.
Okay.
Or 2.5,
That's still
3 weeks,
substantial.
something like that. It was the All-Star tour with like Amir,
cool.
Memphis Mayfire. So it was a little bit bigger.
Wow.
That was my first like real bus experience.
Cool.
was
Was it
that
fun?
tour. Oh yeah, dude, I had such a blast. It was a really good time.
Hell yeah.
And all the guys treated me really good.
Cool.
Chelsea Green, like that's the thing.
Well, I mean,
being real with you guys with Chelsea Green, I didn't really like their stuff at first.
Yeah.
But like actually knowing the guys and actually being behind the kit playing that stuff and watching the crowd just go fucking crazy.
Nuts.
That's
Dude,
another
their crowds
level,
are nuts.
It's insane.
Another level.
Dude.
Their crowds go nuts, and I mean it was amazing that they would just do Warped Tour year after year.
Yeah.
And it was just packed.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, and
bro.
in my opinion too, they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
And I think in my opinion right now they're the best they've sounded.
Yeah.
Like, I do miss AK, of course.
Yeah,
I love
I
AK.
mean,
that's
yeah.
the boy. Always.
All the love to the Grudges, bro.
He's the OG for sure. They wouldn't even be where they're at without him for sure.
No, yeah, they're standing on his work,
Yeah,
But I
and,
mean, he's
and AK, like that's the thing is like he always open arms all the time, and every time I was entered, he just treated me like normal.
For sure.
So it was awesome. It was a good
AK's
experience.
a great man. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that dude.
All the experiences, man. It's fun. But yeah, I mean, so during the Stranger Beside Me days, I got to do that tour with them. And then I came back, and Stranger was whooping ass for a while.
I remember those days.
Yeah, we actually started.
We did some Ocean shows together.
That's right. Yeah, and we started getting some bites from different labels, mostly like Sumerian Records and stuff like that.
Cool.
So we had some cool people involved on some of our writing too. There's a band that we really loved called I the Breathers, so we had him guest vocal us on the record, and then we even had Jason Richardson do like some samples for us and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember.
EP.
What's that?
I still have the EP, and then you guys came out with another single after the EP, right?
We did, yeah.
And then you guys
That's
had
the
some
one.
unreleased stuff, right?
Yeah, well, it's been released, but I think it was just more of like, it was just kind of like pushed out, like, hey, here's the
So
last
At the
bit
Gates.
of it. Yeah,
Bro.
At the Gates, yeah.
Bro, that song, I still to this day listen to that song.
Dude,
I have to find it in my email. I have to search for Spencer Gee because he sent it to me in an email.
Yeah,
but
dude,
that
that's-
song kicks hard,
Yes,
dude.
that was one of our very best in my opinion. Yeah.
And then you guys have the like sample from the
Ted Bundy
the
stuff.
Ted Bundy
yeah,
movie.
because that's
So
that
sick.
whole EP was like a concept album.
Yeah.
Based
Okay.
on like his life and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Spencer Gee was
He's
really
he's
smart.
Dude,
He's really smart guy.
Spencer kills it, man.
Yeah.
He's
And he's talented too.
Dude,
like his vocals were so great.
so good.
So good.
I miss that
He was
guy
a church
too.
boy, dude.
Yeah.
He was a church boy,
Yeah.
church singer.
Well,
And,
the crazy thing about Spencer too is like, not only is he like, it's just weird because when me and Wes or me and Brian, when we would write stuff, give him stuff, he would come back the next day like fully loaded with lyrics, just like that, and they were just awesome. We could trust him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, really
And then-
emotional person.
Yeah, oh my god, and but not only that, but not only was he good at vocals, but during the Stranger days too, we learned he was just like the best piano player too.
Oh, wow.
He's literally like the best.
Oh, I didn't know he played
awesome.
piano. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, he's amazing at piano
That's
too.
really cool to know.
So-
Spencer, man. Spencer's a good dude.
Yeah.
So what happened with Stranger? How did Stranger?
Yeah, so Stranger, like I said, we whooped ass for a while. We got to do some really cool shows. That was the band that we got to play with a lot of nationals, and we also did this like regional thing and won it too, where we actually got to play was it Mayhem Fest? I think is what it is. Mayhem Fest, which is in Idaho.
Cool.
And yeah, we got to open up for like Slipknot and
Sick.
Slayer and
Wow.
like really crazy cool.
Really
bands.
sick.
So like Motorhead played. And
What?
shit. Yeah.
You opened for Motorhead?
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's sick, bro.
But yeah, we did really, and that's Anthony was a part of that too.
Awesome.
So, yeah. And Anthony,
See, he never talks about that shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
he's so humble. I love
he
it.
is, dude. But it's a funny story about Anthony, real quick. But yeah, well, when we were there, like, we were all just so happy and fucked up and watching Slipknot, and Anthony was like trying to get up to the front, passing the guards, and like somehow he got tackled, I think, or something, and they broke his arm or something.
They broke his arm?
Yeah, so he actually had to go to the hospital like during the whole Mayhem Fest experience.
Which arm?
I don't remember. With the left?
Was it his strumming arm?
I don't remember, to be honest.
So
yeah.
could he keep playing or what?
No, he was able to.
Okay.
Yeah, he was able to, but
Fuck.
just bringing back memories.
I feel like I remember him being in a cast for a minute.
Yeah.
So like
Yep.
we were probably hanging around that time.
Yeah, but oh man, that was Stranger.
Yeah,
was,
I broke it at Mayhem Fest during Slipknot, bro.
Yeah.
What a story.
Yeah, we have a lot, and then see, that's the thing, man. It's, you know, all the trial and errors we learned through music and bands, and you know, as we're getting older, you know what I mean. We just remember shit like
Totally.
that. Now we have that to keep forever.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So.
And I mean, this is one of the reasons we want to do this. You know what I mean? Is like,
well, I'm just glad you guys have me, man. I'm here. I'm just grateful, and I'm
stoked.
just
And I mean,
so supportive.
These stories are so crucial. I mean, the stories you're telling, it's like, these are nothing but stories right now. All they are stories. But I think if we can kind of put them down, you know what I mean, and get some Salt Lake musicians talking about these things, you know?
Absolutely, man. And that's why I'm really happy to be here. You guys are, you guys are still keeping something alive here in the scene, and we need that.
Hell
You know
yeah.
what I mean? We need
Hell
to
yeah.
hear stories, and we need to be involved in that way. So
Fuck yeah.
I'm stoked.
I'm stoked. You're stoked. It was a weird idea we had one day, and we're stoked to be doing it.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for listening.
Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the episode for this week.
Thank you so much for listening.
Make sure you check out next Friday's episode, where we'll have the rest of the interview that we did with Chris Suitt. And like I said, we didn't even get to all the different points that we wanted to, so we're definitely going to have him back on the podcast.
If you like what you're hearing, keep listening. He'll be back. Also, we've had a couple of our friends hit us up to do this. People that you're going to be excited about hearing. We've got some plans for some interviews, and I think you guys are going to be really excited. Again, guys, thanks for listening. Like this makes me want to keep doing it. So thanks for listening, and tell your friends. I guess, as always, we'll see you in the crowd, y'all.